Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, presented by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo men's basketball program, Roger Powell Jr. And boy, for the final 15 minutes of the game on Saturday, the two teams, UNCW and Valpo, within 4 points of one another. It was a physical battle between what appeared to be two good mid-major programs that you knew was going to come down to the wire. Coaches, as you've had a chance to look back at Saturday, maybe what's one thing that needed to happen differently for you to come out on top in the end?
Man, a lot of things. And what I told the team yesterday, we had a long film session, and it's a lot of small things. When you're a team that's pretty good, which I think people are seeing that, like we have a chance to be a good team. You play other really good teams. It's going to come down to those small details. And so we looked at all the small details that could have led to us having four more points and then being winning the game by one. um, Big thing is obviously, rebound the ball. They got too many second chance opportunities. But on the other end, we got a ton of second chance opportunities as well. So, they got two more than us. I think we scored like 18, they scored 22. That's 4 points right there. And then, just some breakdowns defensively, chasing their screens. We let a couple of their guys get loose in transition. Just those minor breakdowns, you just can't have those when you're a competitive team. Now, my first year here, we weren't competing like this. Even last year against a team like this, we would have struggled early. Now we're competing. Now the stakes are higher. Now it matters. Then the last thing I'll say is it, I still have like three freshmen on the floor, against a team that has the majority of their guys back, has fifth year seniors. I mean, these guys are battle tested. Um, our guys are not. This is their first time playing college basketball. So they're going to learn every single situation, every moment like this is going to make them better. And if somehow, by the grace of God, I keep this group together for multiple years, we'll be that team that when the game's online, we're going to make that play. And hopefully, this season, as we get better, these guys get a lot more experience. We'll start doing it this season as well.
One thing that's been a topic across college basketball this season is the rule change with head coaches' challenges now allowed. You went 2 for 2 on Saturday. In fact, both coaches went 2 for 2 in the game on Saturday. What's that been like to have that available to you? And what's your process like on deciding whether or not to challenge when you're in those moments?
Sure, I wish we could challenge some charge calls. I wish they need to add that just because, I think our guys are doing a really good job of getting some of these charges. We're just not quite getting them. I think if we challenge them, I think we would be able to get them. But, I think it's cool to be able to have that to our, in our tool chest during the game. In a close game like that, those possessions matter. And we were able to get two possessions back, which, helped us get closer to winning against a really good high level team.
10 games in, 6-4, as you kind of take a step back right now with one game left in the non-conference season. How would you assess where you're at as a program? What are your thoughts on the first 10 games of the season as a whole?
Last year I think we won 7 games in non-conference. This year we're at 6. We got a huge challenge coming up Tuesday against Northwestern. Obviously we got a whole new team. I mean, this team is even different than last year's team. Last year we had three returners that kind of knew our system. We had a bunch of new guys to add in with them. This is pretty much a brand new team outside of Justice. So if I had to assess where we are, I think we're competing against a higher level schedule. This is probably the toughest schedule we've had since I've been back, and we're in games now. Whereas, last year I felt some of these early games against these higher level opponents, would have been blowouts. Outside of the Kentucky game, we have been really competitive. So, I think this schedule was put together to prepare us for league play, and I think it's doing just that. It's preparing us for league play. It's getting us ready to compete in conference. Unfortunately, we're not getting that large bid. I mean, that opportunity went out the window when we lost to Kentucky, but we can definitely grow up, and we're that's what the schedule has done for this team. This team is getting better. We're learning. We're playing our way. We're battle tested early, and obviously, on tomorrow night it's going to be a huge battle that will test us and prepare us for Murray State, Northern Iowa, and the rest of the competitive teams in our league.
You mentioned your freshman. Let's talk about one of those young guys in JT Pettigrew, coming off a 17-point double-double on Saturday. It was the highest scoring double-double by a Valpo freshman since 2008. What have you seen from JT? What do you like about the way he's played of late?
He's getting a ton of opportunity and he's taking advantage of it. He's taking a beating just because he's playing against a lot of older, more physical guys, and he's being tough. He's playing tough. He's playing with a ton of passion and effort, and he's not complaining. That's one thing I love about him. And he's just lunch pail type guy. And humble, but just plays hard. And I think that's something that we're seeing. He got sick early, so it took him some time to kind of get adjusted to being sick, but he's been unbelievable, coachable, and he just plays with a ton of level of grit. So as he gets older, as he gets more comfortable and the season goes on, man, he's going to be a problem for other teams. And he's like I said, he's doing this against, I mean, veteran guys that are big and strong. I mean, shoot, at Marquette, you got some strong, athletic guys that just true freshmen is coming in and holding his own.
You mentioned the game tomorrow night. Let's talk about Northwestern. What can you tell us about the Wildcats? What are the keys to getting it done on the road against a Big Ten opponent?
They're like you said, they're a Big Ten team. It's going to be another physical game. They really do a good job of crashing the glass. This team is playing faster than his teams in the past, so we have to really make sure that we lock in transition defense. And then they got three players that they basically run their offense through, and they're three really good players. So we have to be able to lock in on those guys and not let their role players get those easy backdoor cuts or offense rebound here, offense rebound there. So it's going to be a game that's going to hopefully come down to the wire, and hopefully all these games in non-conference have prepared us for probably our toughest challenge in non-conference is playing against Kentucky. I mean, playing against Northwestern on the road. So I'm excited about it. Our guys are excited about it, and I think UNC Wilmington did a good job of preparing us for this game tomorrow.
There he is, the head coach of the Valpo men's basketball program, Roger Powell Jr. Again, Valpo and Northwestern on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock tip. If you can't make it to Evanston, the game will air on Peacock, and then we hope to see you at the Arc on Sunday to open conference play at 1 p.m. against Murray State. Visit tickets.valpoathletics.com for ticket information. Talk to you again next week on Valpo Basketball Weekly, presented by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.